3 tips to ride rocky, technical, natural trails with more control. Welcome, my name is Roxy and I'm on a typical Mallorcan trail today here in Mallorca, Spain on a beautiful January day. And what does Mallorcan trail mean? It means it's rocky, it's loose, it's natural, and the views are stunning. If you've been watching my channel for some time, then you know that learning, so the learning of new movement patterns, only takes place in a controlled environment. So it can only take place on a trail if you ride a section more than once, if you session the section, and only if the section is subjectively easy for you. So if it's a trail that is hard, then you will not learn new movement patterns, you will just consolidate old movement patterns, which means if you want to apply the tips that I'm sharing with you today, then go session an easy trail. So that's a trail that is subjectively easy for you and practice these tips. Tip number 1 is about braking. I'd like you to think about where and when you want to brake and how, to differentiate between hard braking and let's call it light braking. Hard braking means that you want to choose sections of the trail that are not really gnarly to reduce your speed. That's what hard braking is for. And light braking is used to keep your speed, so to maintain a speed. And that's when you'll use modulated, finely tuned braking, which you can use for most of the trail. Hard braking you want to have at specific points, so you want to think, where will I use it? And light braking you can use for a long time on your trail. Specifically in this section of the trail, you will see me approach relatively fast, then I do some hard braking to reduce my speed, then comes the gnarly rocky rooty section. There I use light braking to maintain my speed, and then I can hit the corner that comes afterwards at a speed that I feel comfortable with. Tip number 2 is line choice, and specifically hitting the line you want to hit. Again, this is something you need to practice over and over for it to become automatic, for yourself to know, for your whole body to know what to do to hit the line. Then you can come into gnarly sections and actually hit the line you want to hit. So you can't practice this directly in a gnarly section, you need to practice this over and over in an easy trail. It becomes more and more important the harder the terrain gets, which is why I always say the more advanced you become, the more important the fundamentals become, because line choice and hitting the line you want is actually one of those fundamental skills. Once you've practiced hitting the line you actually want to hit, you'll notice that you'll get more and more comfortable in technical sections, because then you know and you have the confidence that you can actually hit the line you want to hit. Tip number 3 is something that you may know from World Cup races, which is track walking. So actually walking the piece of trail that you want to session afterwards, or actually generally walking a piece of trail that seems demanding to you before you ride it. This is really important to follow tip number 1 and 2, because then you know where to brake hard, where to brake lightly, and where to even release the brakes. Then you actually know where the line is you want to take. So track walking is a super useful tool to tune up your skills on the trail, because then you can session this section several times and you'll notice that your skills seriously improve. If you want to know which skills elements, so which fundamentals you need to ride chunky terrain in the first place, then check out this video, because you'll find all the fundamentals there, which you can then practice in a controlled environment to take them to the trail. I truly hope you found this video helpful. Hope to see you again for my next one. Sending you much love. Goodbye.